Hey everyone, today we're diving into a really heavy but super important topic: human trafficking and online scams, especially in Southeast Asia. It's a situation that, honestly, needs more attention.
We're gonna break down what's happening, why it matters, and what we can do about it. So let's get into it. Alright, so first off, let's talk about the current crisis. In places like Thailand and Myanmar, things are pretty dire.
You've got all these reports coming in about people getting lured into these horrible situations. I mean, it's staggering to think about how many victims are involved, like thousands of lives being affected.
It's not just numbers, these are real people with families and dreams. When I first heard about this, it hit me hard. I felt this mix of anger and sadness. It's just so frustrating to think that these things are happening right now.
Then let's break down how this all works. So, people are often lured into these scams through promises of love or success.
Romantic scams where someone pretends to be this perfect partner, or investment fraud where they promise quick riches. It's heartbreaking because these scams prey on people's vulnerabilities.
I mean, can you imagine being in that position? It makes you feel so helpless, and it gets you thinking about how easy it can be to fall into these traps. Now, let's touch on the human rights issues here.
We're talking about a kind of virtual slavery, which is just a chilling thought. Victims experience not only physical exploitation, but also severe mental health impacts. It's devastating to think about what they go through.
When I reflect on this, I feel a wave of empathy. It's really eye-opening and makes me realize how important it is to support these individuals and advocate for their rights. Speaking of support, let's look at how governments are responding.
Thailand has been stepping up, cracking down on trafficking and scams. And there's some international cooperation happening too, especially with countries like China. It's a start, but there's still so much more to do.
It leaves me feeling a bit hopeful, but also frustrated that it's taken this long for action. After someone is rescued from these situations, there's a process for reintegration into society. It's crucial that they receive the right support and protection. I can't even imagine how tough that must be, going from such a traumatic experience back into everyday life.
It's a lot to process, and it reminds me of how important community support is. It makes me want to be more involved and help where I can. And this brings us to the role of awareness and education.
Seriously, spreading the word can make a huge difference. If more people are educated about the signs of trafficking, they can help prevent it. So, I urge you share this information. Talk to your friends and family.
Let's make sure we're all informed and vigilant. It's not just about protecting ourselves. It's about standing up for those who can't stand up for themselves.
As we wrap this up, I just want to say, we all have a role to play in combating human trafficking. It's about personal responsibility and being an informed advocate for victims' rights.
I mean, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by how big this issue is, but every little bit helps. So, stay informed, stay supportive, and let's work together to make a change.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Remember, it's about creating a community that cares and acts.
Thanks for watching, and let's keep the conversation going.